three, four. 1, 2, 3. 너 그래 너 요새 너 조금 이상해졌어. 자꾸만 시도 때도 없이 시무룩하고 고민이 생겼니? 초등학교 영어 수업 시간에 배웠었던
Hello everybody, so today we will be discussing still accounting for merchandising operations, and our focus for today is the income statement. How do we prepare the income statement for merchandising operations? Okay, let's start. So we have a new adjusting entry that we need to learn for today. So apart from the adjusting entries that we learned in the previous lessons regarding prepaid expenses, deferrals, depreciation, you'll still be needing that. However, dadagdagan natin yung knowledge nyo about an additional adjusting entry relating to the adjustments in merchandise inventory. So as you can see, the first adjusting entry is debit profit or loss summary, credit merchandise inventory beginning, which is used to close the beginning inventory. Kumbaga, yung inventory amount natin at the beginning of the period, tatanggalin na natin sa accounting records. Yan po yung unang adjusting entry. Yung second naman natin is ide-debit natin yung merchandise inventory para naman dun sa ending balance kung magkano ngayon yung stocks natin or yung inventory levels natin at the end of the accounting period, crediting profit or loss summary, which is to record ending inventory. Pero remember, ang adjusting entry na ito ay ginagamit lamang po sa periodic system of inventory. Next video, i-discuss natin yung difference between periodic versus perpetual inventory recording system. Pero for now, ito po yung adjusting entries na kailangan nyong maintindihan. The accounting process for a merchandising company is still the same with that of service. So, dahil pareho lang sila, meron pa rin tayong worksheet. Yun nga lang, sa worksheet, medyo may konting changes na tayo. We have slight changes because of the account titles that are related to merchandising, which we need to take effect and list down these account titles under merchandising for worksheet. So, for example, ito po. Ayan, so after po ng capital, 'di ba, naglalagay tayo ng revenue. So, ganun din naman po, after ng capital, nilalagay na natin yung mga related po sa ating merchandising operations na mga account titles. Katulad po ng sales, sales returns and allowances, sales discount, purchase returns and allowances, purchase discount, and then freight in, sales salaries expense, and all other things na related sa merchandising. So, ganun pa rin naman po ang paggawa ng worksheet. Nagkakaroon lang tayo ng slight changes because of the new account titles related to merchandising that you need to put and you need to consider in preparing the worksheet. But preparing the worksheet as how I taught you in the previous lessons, it would still be the same. Okay, so now we will be talking about the merchandising income statement. Okay, the pro forma calculation in preparing the merchandising income statement is like this. Net sales, ibig sabihin, yan yung benta mo. Kumbaga sa sari-sari store, kung yung nanay mo ay nagtitinda ng ballpen worth 12 pesos, meron siyang sales revenue na 12 pesos, parang ganon. Less cost of goods sold. Pag sinabing cost of goods sold, this is the amount na magkano nyo ba muna nabili yung merchandise bago nyo ibenta. So let's say for example, yung nanay mo ay may sari-sari store, tapos binili niya yung ballpen na binenta niya for 8 pesos. Parang ganon. Okay? So, ang dating, yung net sales ay 12 pesos niya nabenta yung ballpen, and then 8 pesos niya muna nabili yung ballpen bago niya ibenta. Yun yung cost of goods sold. Ngayon, the difference between net sales and cost of goods sold will give you gross profit. So, madaling sabi, ang gross profit, tubo. Kasi yung nanay mo nagbenta ng ballpen na 12 pesos na binili niya muna ng 8 pesos kaya tumubo yung sari-sari store nyo ng 4. Ganon siya kasimpleng equation. Okay? So net sales minus cost of goods sold is gross profit. However, some companies are not 100% merchandising. Pwedeng meron pa silang ibang businesses. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng other income na kailangan nating i-add sa gross profit for us to arrive with total revenue. Papasok na tayo ngayon sa kinasanayan nyo na revenue minus expenses in order for us to get your net income. Okay? So, pag nagpe-prepare tayo ng merchandising income statement, magkano tayo nakabenta, minus magkano ba muna yung sinacrifice natin para bumili ng mga pangbenta natin, kukumpitin nyo yung tubo. Gross profit. When you already have your tubo, add nyo yung other income na kinikita ng business in order for us to get your total revenue. Less lahat ng expenses natin, which is your net income. So, isa-isahin natin siya. How do we compute for your net sales? So, napag-aralan na natin to sa mga naunang video. So, net sales is equals to gross sales minus lahat ng sales returns and allowances minus lahat ng sales discount in order for you to get your net sales. Paano naman po kunin ang cost of goods sold? Okay, we start with your beginning inventory. How much is your inventory at the beginning of the accounting period? Magkano ang lahat ng inventory mo na nasa warehouse sa pag-uumpisa ng accounting period? I-add natin ang iyong net purchases. Ibig sabihin, magkano pa yung dinagdag mo? Magkano pa yung mga binili mo during the period na ipapasok mo din dun sa warehouse para mas madagdagan yung amount ng inventory na ready kang ibenta? Now, if you add beginning inventory and all of the purchases that you made during that period, that will give you cost of goods available for sale. Ibig sabihin ng cost of goods available for sale, ito ang lahat ng amount ng inventory na available for sale. Pwede naming ibenta. Tapos, re-reviewin nyo magkano ang ending inventory. Pag sinabing ending inventory, magkano ang inventory at the end of the accounting period nung muli mong binisita ang warehouse at nag-physical inventory count ka, magkano ang inventory at the end of the period. Kung ang cost of goods available for sale ang lahat ng pwede kong ibenta at ang ending inventory ang natira, ibig sabihin ang difference nilang dalawa yung lumabas sa warehouse, yung nabenta ko. Cost of goods sold. Magkano yung lumabas sa warehouse? Magkano yung cost ng goods na nabenta ko? Cost of goods sold. Wag muna natin lagyan ng amount. By pieces muna tayo kunyari. Tas padaliin natin. Let's say for example, ang beginning inventory mo ng mga teddy bears ay 4. You have 4 teddy bears. Okay? Tapos bumili ka pa ng 2 teddy bear. Net purchases. So, meron tayong 4 na beginning inventory na teddy bear at saka 2 net purchases. Ibig sabihin, bumili ka pa ng 2 teddy bear. Magkano ang cost of goods available for sale natin? We have 6 teddy bears na available for sale. Tapos, at the end of the period, nagulat ka. Ang natira na lang sa warehouse ng mga teddy bear, 1. Ilan uli yung available for sale natin? Ilan yung pwede nating ibenta? 6. Pero, pagpunta mo sa warehouse at the end of the accounting period, 1 na lang ang natira. Ibig sabihin, ang nabenta nating teddy bears, 5. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng cost of goods sold. Okay. Now, meron pa tayong kailangang i-check sa loob niyan, which is what we call net purchases. Net purchases is gross purchases. Add natin yung freight in. So, if you remember, di ba sabi natin, kasama sa cost ng purchases kung magkano yung binayaran natin para sa delivery in order for the inventory to be able to arrive at its present location or condition. Because freight in is an adjunct account to purchases. So, that is your total purchases. And then less any purchase returns and allowances and purchase discount to get your net purchases. Okay, so I hope you understand that. Yan po yung mga kailangan nating computein for our merchandising income statement, and we're ready to prepare the income statement. Okay, so we have two methods of presenting the income statement. It might either be the function of expense method, which classifies expenses according to their function as cost of goods sold, and the nature of expense method, which expenses are aggregated according to their nature and not by function. In order for us to properly understand these two methods, we will be preparing the income statement. So please download Handout 029, and the link is available in the description box. Okay, so let's try. So if you already have the handouts with you, yan din po yung given sa handouts. So we have the following information: sales na 900,000, tas binigyan tayo ng sales returns and allowances, sales discounts and other income, tapos lahat ng ating purchases, lahat ng ating operating expenses, and then information about the beginning and ending balance of your inventory. Okay, so let's first try the function of expense method. Doon muna tayo sa function niya as cost of goods sold. Okay, so we will first prepare or kukumpitin muna natin yung amount ng net sales. Uunahin natin gawin yung notes to financial statements, yung explanatory calculations bago natin gawin yung mismong income statement. Sir, bakit note number 7 agad? Bakit hindi po note number 1 tsaka note number 2 or note number 3? Ganito po yan. Hindi ko naman po sinasabi na yung number 7 talagang strictly po yan pang net sales talaga sa kahit anong company. Hindi. Depende pa rin po yan sa company kung ilang explanatory notes yung magagawa nila. So example lang din po yan. Yun nga lang, bakit nasa number 7 na agad ako? Okay. Usually po, ang note number 1 ay company information. Ang note number 2 naman po ay significant accounting policies. So usually, ang information about cash ay nasa note number 3, tapos accounts receivable, note number 4, then so on and so forth. So for example, nasa note number 7 na tayo for net sales. Okay, so let's first compute for your net sales. Ang net sales po ay nakukuha, galing lang din naman po sa formula na tinuro ko kanina. So gross sales is 900,000. Less sales returns and allowances of 15,000 and sales discount of 10,000 for a total contra sales of 25,000 will give you net sales of 875,000. Next po natin kung computein is net purchases. Okay, so using the formula that I gave you earlier, gross purchases of 300,000, add natin yung freight in na 80,000, will give you total purchases of 380,000. Less purchase returns and allowances of 20,000 and purchase discount of 10,000 will give you a contra purchases amount of 30,000. Net purchases is 350,000. Pag ready na po ang net purchases, pwede mo na siyang gamitin para mag-compute ng cost of goods sold. So the beginning inventory, the cost of the inventory at the beginning of the period na naabutan mo sa warehouse, 120,000. Bumili ka pa worth 350,000. So lahat ng pwede mong ibenta is worth 470,000. Cost of goods available for sale. Less ending inventory, ito po yung natira dun sa warehouse, worth 150,000. So, ang nabenta mo is worth 320,000. Okay? And then, summarize lang din po natin lahat ng expenses, salaries, utilities, rent, and depreciation, which will give you total operating expenses of 220,000. Pag ready na po ang lahat ng inyong notes to financial statements, pwede mo nang gawin yung mismong income statement. Okay, so excellent retail company income statement for the month ended April 30, 2020. Ang una nyo pong kukunin, yung net sales. Since nakapag-compute na po tayo ng net sales, diretso lang tayo. Net sales is 875,000. Less cost of goods sold. Na-compute na rin po natin yung cost of goods sold which is 320,000. So parang ang dating po niyan pag inanalyze mo yung income statement. The inventory worth 320,000 ay nabenta natin worth 875,000. Kaya may tubo tayo ngayon na 555,000. Ngayon, wag na wag niyong kakalimutan na i-add lahat ng other income na pinagkakakitaan ng company, which is 45,000, which will give us a total revenue of 600,000 minus operating expenses of 220,000 for a net income of 380,000. And that's how you prepare an income statement under the function of expense method. Paano naman po pag nature of expense method? Pag nature po, depende sa nature. Ibig sabihin, igugrupo mo lang sila base kung revenue siya or expenses siya. So, ganito lang siya kadali. Ganon pa rin po ang computation natin ng net sales and net purchases. So, walang magbabago. Okay, pag nature of expense method, ito yung first part. Ayan. So, heading muna syempre. And then, ayan po yung ating revenues. Net sales of 875,000 pero i-add mo agad yung 45,000 na other income. Ang total revenue mo ngayon 920,000. Kumbaga ginrupo mo muna lahat ng pinagkakitaan mo. Syempre, kung lahat ng pinagkakitaan yung first part, ano kaya yung sa susunod? Syempre, lahat naman ng pinagkagastusan mo. So, yung second part natin, lahat ng deductions and expenses. Ang first thing na kailangan mong i-summarize is increase or decrease in merchandise inventory. So, tingnan natin yung inventory mo. Yung inventory mong beginning inventory, 120,000. Tapos yung ending inventory mo, 150,000. So, ang tawag dyan ay increase in merchandise inventory kasi tumaas siya eh. Ito ang gagawin natin. Pagka ikaw ay nagpe-prepare ng income statement na nature of expense method, pag-increase in merchandise inventory, negative. Pag-decrease in merchandise inventory, positive. Again, ulitin natin. Pag-increase in merchandise inventory, negative. Pag-decrease in merchandise inventory, positive. So, in our case, nag-increase ang merchandise inventory, kaya negative. Then, lagay na rin natin yung net purchases na pinagkagastusan mong 350,000 and then lahat ng expenses mo worth 70, 60, 50, and 40,000 to give you total deductions and expenses of 540,000. Then, ganun na lang kasimple kung paano natin siya usually ginagawa. Revenues of 920,000 minus deductions and expenses of 540,000 will give us a net income of 380,000. And that's how you prepare the income statement under the nature of expense method. Pwede rin po tayong mag-prepare ng functional multi-step presentation. So, kaya siya tinawag na multi-step kasi marami siyang cross-sections, marami siyang column-column. Okay? So, pe-present lang din natin yung heading and then this is how it looks like. Okay, huwag kayong matakot sa ganyang itsura, no? Yan lang din naman yung pinag-aralan natin. It's just that talagang isang bagsakan lang siya kinompute. Okay? So, start ka ng gross sales, tapos makukompute mo yung net sales, and then beginning inventory hanggang kinompute yung net purchases to get your cost of goods available for sale, less ending inventory, cost of goods sold. Tapos ganun pa rin, net sales minus cost of goods sold, gross profit, add other income, total revenue, and then less expenses, net income. So, actually, pinagsama-sama lang siya ng isang bagsakan na pagko-compute. Pero in actual practice po ay pag nagpe-prepare na po tayo talaga ng financial statements ng isang company, usually ang ginagamit po natin pwedeng either functional or natural, pero gumagamit na po tayo ng notes to financial statements to explain everything, and then para mas malinis po yung face of the income statement sa paggawa natin ng income statement, naka-notes na lang tayo na explanatory notes dun sa mga mas maliliit na computation. So usually po yung ganitong itsura ng income statement is hindi na natin ganong nakikita yan sa mga company, no, in actual practice. So for usually ay aminin ko sa inyo, nilalabas na lang yan for academic purposes. Okay, but either way, kahit anong format pa yan, dapat alam nyong computein. Okay, and then sabi ko nga po sa inyo kanina, pareho lang din po ang ating pagko-compute ng income statement, revenue minus expenses pa din naman, and same lang din po ang accounting process. So, ganun pa rin po ang closing entries, may mga madadagdag lang po tayo na mga bagong account title. So, ang magkakasama po ay sales and then purchase returns and allowances, purchase discount, at saka other income na dinedebit kasi lahat po yon ay may credit balances. And then, ang magkakasama naman po ay sales returns and allowances, sales discount, purchases, freight in, at lahat ng expenses mo. Kasi yun po lahat yung may debit balance na kailangan mong i-credit. And then, ganun pa rin po, yung net income ay kino-close natin to the capital account. Okay, so it's the same accounting process. It's just that nagkakaroon lang po tayo ng mga bagong account title pag related sa merchandising. Okay, so our next lesson is about periodic and perpetual inventory system at salita ng Diyos na kailangan nating baunin is Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him and He will make straight your paths. Laging uunahin ang Panginoon sa inyong buhay, sa Kanya hihingi ng guidance and wisdom. Always trust Him with all of your heart and wag lamang sa sarili mong understanding or sa sariling pasya. Okay? Laging uunahin ang Panginoon sa iyong buhay. Thank you and have a great day.
하루에 10번 내 맘이 움직여